grid fails, your neighborhood goes dark, refrigerators die, phones go silent, and modern life grinds to a halt. But 30 miles away, in an Amish farmhouse, lanterns flicker to life, dinner continues cooking on a wood stove, and life proceeds exactly as it has for the past 3 centuries. While you're fumbling for flashlights and wondering how long your food will last, these families are demonstrating that blackouts are only emergencies if you depend on the grid in the first place. I'm about to share 24 survival tricks that have kept Amish communities thriving through every power outage, natural disaster, and infrastructure failure of the past 200 years. These aren't theoretical survival tips. They're proven methods that work because people's lives depend on them every single day. Copy these before the next blackout because when the lights go out, you'll want to know what the Amish know. The Amish aren't off-grid by accident. They're the original off-grid experts who've spent centuries perfecting systems that don't depend on public utilities, government services, or corporate infrastructure. Their Ordnung limits technology use, which means they've never become dependent on the systems that leave modern families helpless during emergencies. These tips come from Amish communities in Holmes County, Ohio, and Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, where families have been testing and refining survival techniques for generations. Keep in mind that practices vary between districts, but the methods I'm sharing work consistently across traditional communities. Here's a sobering fact. The average American household loses power for 7 or more hours per year, with some outages lasting days or weeks. During those outages, modern families lose refrigeration, lighting, heating, cooking ability, and communication. Amish families? They lose zero functionality because they never depended on the grid in the first place. Let's learn from the masters. Trick number 1. Ice house refrigeration. Underground pits lined with sawdust can store 1-ton ice blocks until August, providing refrigeration for months without electricity. The ice is cut from frozen ponds in winter, packed in sawdust for insulation, and used throughout the warm months for food preservation. This isn't just historical curiosity. It's proven refrigeration that works reliably year after year. The insulation keeps ice frozen even during hot summers, and the system requires no electricity, no maintenance, and no monthly utility bills. Copy this. Dig a 6-foot deep pit, line it with stones for drainage, and insulate with sawdust. Harvest ice from local ponds or freeze large containers in your freezer during winter. One ice block can last weeks in proper insulation, giving you refrigeration during extended outages. Trick number 2. Gravity-fed spring line. Half-inch polyethylene pipe dropping 3 feet per 100 feet creates constant water pressure without pumps or electricity. Springs maintain 48 degrees Fahrenheit temperature year-round, providing both cold water and natural refrigeration opportunities. Gravity does all the work. No electricity required, no monthly water bills, and no vulnerability to power outages that shut down municipal water systems. The system provides consistent pressure and flow as long as the source elevation remains higher than the destination. Copy this. Locate the highest water source on your property and run pipe downhill to your house. Even modest elevation differences create usable pressure. For urban applications, elevated storage tanks can provide gravity-fed water during emergencies when municipal systems fail. Trick number 3. Kerosene mantle lamp. Kerosene mantle lamps produce 4 times more light than wick lamps, using $12 mantles that last 250 hours each. These aren't camping lanterns, they're serious lighting systems that can illuminate entire rooms for hours on minimal fuel. The mantles create bright, steady light that enables reading, cooking, and detailed work after dark. Unlike candles or simple wick lamps, mantle systems provide enough illumination for normal evening activities without straining your eyes. Copy this. Purchase quality kerosene mantle lamps and extra mantles before you need them. Store kerosene safely and learn proper lighting procedures. 1 gallon of kerosene can provide weeks of evening lighting, making this an economical backup system for extended outages. Trick number 4. Charcoal Privy Deodorizer. Hardwood charcoal layered in outhouse pits eliminates odors naturally without chemicals or ventilation systems. The charcoal absorbs gases and moisture while providing natural filtration that makes outdoor sanitation tolerable. This addresses one of the biggest challenges during extended outages when sewage systems fail and indoor plumbing becomes unusable. The charcoal method provides dignified sanitation without the health risks of improper waste disposal. Copy this. Keep bags of hardwood charcoal for emergency sanitation needs. Layer charcoal in temporary outdoor toilet facilities during extended outages. The charcoal can be reactivated by heating and reused multiple times, making this an economical long-term solution. Trick number 5. Wood cook stove Dutchie. Side oven cook stoves bake bread while simultaneously heating 10 gallons of water, maximizing fuel efficiency and providing multiple functions from one heat source. These aren't just heating devices, they're complete cooking and water heating systems. The design captures and uses heat that would otherwise escape, making wood fuel stretch much further than simple heating stoves. The side oven maintains consistent temperatures for baking, while the main firebox heats water or cooks meals. Copy this. Consider installing a cooking-capable wood stove before emergencies hit. Learn proper firing techniques and stock seasoned hardwood. During outages, one stove can handle all your cooking, baking, and water heating needs while providing home heating. Trick number 6. Hand crank wringer washer. 75 RPM hand cranking cleans clothing using only 2 gallons of water per load with no electricity required. The wringer system removes excess water mechanically, making clothes easier to dry without electric dryers. This provides clean clothing during extended outages when laundromats are closed and electric washers are useless. The system uses minimal water and soap, while achieving cleaning results that rival modern machines. Copy this. Hand crank washers are still manufactured and available online. Learn the technique before you need it, and stock appropriate soap for hand washing. Even apartment dwellers can use portable versions during emergencies. Trick number 7. Draft horse treadmill. Horses walking on treadmills can power belt-driven equipment like saws and threshers, generating 1 horsepower of mechanical energy without electricity. The treadmill captures animal power and transfers it to useful work through simple belt systems. While most people don't have draft horses, the principle applies to any situation where you need mechanical power without electricity. Human-powered versions can operate smaller equipment during outages. Copy this. Understand the principles of mechanical power transfer using belts and pulleys. Even bicycle-powered systems can operate small equipment like grain mills or water pumps during emergencies when electric tools are useless. Trick number 8. Window fridge slot. Winter. Metal boxes installed outside kitchen windows create free refrigeration during cold months, using outdoor temperatures to preserve food without electricity. The box design protects food from animals while maintaining cold temperatures. This provides emergency refrigeration during winter power outages, potentially saving hundreds of dollars worth of food that would otherwise spoil. The system works automatically as long as outdoor temperatures remain below 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Copy this. Build or buy insulated boxes that can be installed temporarily outside windows during cold weather. Include thermometers to monitor temperatures and ensure food safety. Urban dwellers can use balconies or fire escapes for emergency cold storage. Trick number 9. Salt-cured pork barrel. 50 pounds of pork plus 25 pounds of salt create 6 months of shelf-stable protein without refrigeration. The salt curing process preserves meat safely while concentrating flavors and extending storage life dramatically. This provides protein security during long-term outages when refrigerated meat spoils within days. The cured meat can be used in cooking or eaten directly, providing essential nutrition when fresh food isn't available. Copy this. Learn proper salt curing ratios and techniques before attempting this preservation method. Start with small batches to master the process. Properly cured meat can last months in cool, dry storage without refrigeration. Trick number 10. Root cellar humidity hack. Carrots stored in sand maintain 95% humidity and prevent shriveling for months without refrigeration. The sand provides moisture regulation while protecting vegetables from temperature fluctuations and physical damage. This extends vegetable storage far beyond what's possible in regular cool storage, providing fresh produce during winter months when gardens aren't producing. Multiple vegetables can be stored using similar techniques. Copy this. Use clean sand in containers to store root vegetables in basements or cool areas. Monitor moisture levels and add water as needed. Even apartment dwellers can use this technique for emergency vegetable storage in cool areas. Trick number 11. Propane pilot fridge. Absorption refrigerators run 24 days on a 20-pound propane tank, providing reliable refrigeration without electricity. These units use propane flames to drive absorption cooling cycles that maintain freezer and refrigerator temperatures. This provides reliable food preservation during extended outages without depending on generators or battery systems that require fuel and maintenance. The units operate silently and efficiently on readily available propane. Copy this. Consider propane refrigerators for off-grid locations or emergency backup. Learn proper ventilation requirements and propane safety procedures. Stock extra propane tanks for extended outages when refill services may be unavailable. Trick number 12, lime wash mold defense. Slaked lime coating kills mold spores naturally and requires yearly repainting to maintain effectiveness. The alkaline lime creates surfaces where mold cannot grow, preventing moisture-related problems in humid conditions. This addresses major health problems during outages. When ventilation systems fail and humidity builds up in sealed buildings, mold growth can create dangerous air quality and damage property during extended power failures. Copy this. Mix slaked lime with water to create whitewash coating for basement walls and other moisture-prone areas. Apply annually for best results. The coating is inexpensive, natural, and highly effective at preventing mold growth. Trick number 13, rain chain and cistern. Copper chains guide rainwater silently into buried storage tanks, collecting thousands of gallons during the storms without pumps or electricity. The chains prevent erosion while efficiently directing water flow into storage systems. This provides water security during outages when municipal systems fail and wells can't operate without electric pumps. Properly designed cisterns can supply household water needs for weeks or months. Copy this. Install gutters and downspouts that can be adapted for emergency water collection. Learn water filtration and purification techniques for collected rainwater. Even urban dwellers can collect significant water during storms. Trick number 14, homemade lye soap. Wood ash lye combined with animal tallow creates soap that serves as cleaning agent, shampoo, and valuable barter item during emergencies. The soap-making process uses materials that can be produced on-site without commercial supplies. This provides essential hygiene supplies when stores are closed and commercial products aren't available. Good hygiene becomes critical during emergencies when medical care may be limited or inaccessible. Copy this. Learn safe lye-making techniques and proper soap-making procedures. Stock tallow or vegetable fats for soap production. Start with small batches to master the process before depending on it during emergencies. Trick number 15, batch day canning. Cooking and bottling 40 quarts in one session maximizes fuel efficiency and preserves large quantities of food for long-term storage. Batch processing reduces the per-unit energy cost of food preservation while creating substantial emergency food supplies. This creates shelf-stable food that doesn't require refrigeration and can sustain families during extended outages when fresh food isn't available. Properly canned food lasts years and provides complete nutrition. Copy this. Learn safe canning procedures and invest in proper equipment. Focus on high-nutrition foods that store well and provide complete meals. Build substantial canned food reserves before emergencies hit. Trick number 16, quilt curtain heat trap. Heavy quilts hung over doorways reduce heat loss by 30%, creating thermal barriers that preserve warmth in occupied areas. The quilts trap air and block drafts while allowing access between rooms when necessary. This provides zone heating that allows families to heat only essential areas during fuel shortages, dramatically reducing heating costs and extending fuel supplies during emergencies when deliveries aren't possible. Copy this. Use heavy blankets or comforters to create thermal barriers during outages. Focus heating efforts on smaller areas to conserve fuel. Even apartment dwellers can use this technique to maintain warmth in bedrooms during heating failures. Trick number 17. Thunder Mug Night Pot. Enamel pots eliminate dangerous nighttime trips to outdoor facilities while providing dignified indoor sanitation options. Proper cleaning and maintenance procedures ensure hygiene while avoiding safety risks. This addresses serious safety concerns during outages, when outdoor lighting fails and navigating unfamiliar terrain becomes dangerous. Indoor sanitation options become essential for elderly and disabled family members. Copy this. Keep emergency sanitation supplies, including portable toilets, waste bags, and cleaning materials. Plan indoor sanitation for family members who can't safely use outdoor facilities during nighttime emergencies. Trick number 18. Wind-powered water pump. Simple piston pumps lift 1 gallon per minute to elevated storage tanks using wind power, providing pressurized water without electricity. The systems operate automatically when wind is available and store water for calm periods. This provides water pressure during outages when electric pumps fail and municipal pressure disappears. Elevated storage creates gravity-fed pressure that operates taps and fixtures normally. Copy this. Understand basic windmill principles and water storage requirements. Even small wind systems can pump significant water during storms when it's most needed. Urban applications might use temporary wind pumps during emergencies. Trick number 19. 12V solar without inverter. Direct current solar systems charge small batteries and operate LED lights and fans without expensive inverters, providing essential electricity during outages. Low-voltage systems are safer and more efficient than high-voltage alternatives. This provides emergency lighting and communication charging without the complexity and expense of whole-house solar systems. Small systems can be installed quickly and operated safely by non-experts. Copy this. Install small solar panels with battery storage for emergency lighting and device charging. Focus on LED lights and small fans that operate efficiently on 12-volt power. Avoid inverters unless absolutely necessary. Trick number 20. Pokeberry ink marker. Crushed berries mixed with vinegar create purple ink for labeling and record keeping when commercial supplies aren't available. The ink provides permanent marking for food containers, storage areas, and important documents. This addresses communication and organization needs during emergencies when normal supplies are unavailable and record keeping becomes critical for managing limited resources and tracking expiration dates. Copy this. Learn to identify pokeberries and other natural ink sources in your area. Practice making and using natural inks before emergencies. Stock vinegar and other ingredients needed for ink production. Trick number 21. Hand crank ice cream. Rock salt and ice mixture in hand crank churns boost morale while providing high-calorie nutrition during stressful emergency periods. The ice cream production process creates valuable treats that improve psychological well-being. This provides morale benefits that become crucial during extended emergencies when stress levels are high and normal comforts aren't available. High-calorie treats provide energy and psychological comfort. Copy this. Keep hand crank ice cream makers and rock salt for emergency morale boosting. Learn the process before you need it. Even simple frozen treats can dramatically improve family morale during difficult periods. Trick number 22. Creek line fridge. Wire baskets submerged in flowing streams maintain 50 degrees Fahrenheit temperatures for dairy and produce storage without electricity. The flowing water provides constant cooling while protecting food from contamination. This provides emergency refrigeration using natural water sources when electric refrigerators fail and ice isn't available. The system works as long as water continues flowing at appropriate temperatures. Copy this. Identify flowing water sources near your location that could provide emergency cooling. Practice food safety procedures for water-cooled storage. Urban dwellers might use this technique during camping or emergency situations. Trick number 23. 3-minute mason jar oil lamp. Mason jars with modified lids, cotton wicks, and olive oil create emergency lighting that burns for hours on minimal fuel. The oil burns cleanly and safely while providing steady illumination for essential tasks. This provides immediate emergency lighting using common household materials when flashlight batteries die and candles aren't available. The system can be assembled quickly during outages using materials most people already have. Copy this. Keep mason jars, metal lids, cotton string, and olive oil for emergency lighting. Practice assembly techniques before you need them. One jar can provide several hours of useful light for reading or essential tasks. Trick number 24. Springhouse dairy room. Stone buildings constructed over natural springs maintain constant 45 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit temperatures for dairy storage without electricity. The thermal mass of stone and constant cool water temperature create natural refrigeration year-round. This provides reliable food storage that doesn't depend on any external systems or fuel supplies. The natural cooling works consistently regardless of weather, power availability, or economic conditions. Copy this. Identify natural springs or cold water sources that could provide emergency cooling. Even urban dwellers can use cold water sources for emergency food preservation when refrigerators fail during extended outages. Here's a sobering reality check. The average urban family loses $500 worth of groceries during each extended blackout. Spoiled meat, ruined dairy products, and wasted produce add up quickly when refrigeration fails. Amish families? They lose $0 because their food storage systems don't depend on electricity. The 3 easiest tricks for city dwellers to implement immediately. Mason jar oil lamps cost less than $5 and provide hours of emergency lighting. Quilt curtains cost nothing and can reduce heating costs by 30%. Root cellar storage bins can extend vegetable storage for months using techniques that work in basements and cool areas. These aren't just survival techniques, they're money-saving strategies that reduce dependence on systems you can't control and bills you can't avoid. So which 3 hacks will you copy this month? Are you going to start with the simple mason jar oil lamps, the food preservation techniques, or the emergency water storage systems? Drop a comment and let me know which of these 24 tricks surprised you most. Did you know about the propane refrigerators that run for weeks without electricity? The lime wash that prevents mold naturally? The window boxes that create free winter refrigeration? I want to hear about your own no-power tricks too. What backup systems have you developed for outages? What mistakes have you made during blackouts that these Amish techniques could have prevented? These communities have spent centuries proving that comfortable modern life doesn't require dependence on fragile systems that fail when you need them most. They've developed alternatives that work consistently, cost less than commercial solutions, and provide security that no utility company can guarantee. If you want to see how these communities handle modern communication needs without compromising their values, check out my next video about Amish phone shanties, their secret lifeline to the modern world that operates without personal phones or internet connections. Hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into communities that have mastered self-reliance, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming investigation into how some Amish families are quietly preparing for disasters that most Americans don't even know are coming. The next blackout is coming. The only question is whether you'll be prepared or just another victim waiting for someone else to restore your power.